What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
What is going on, Big Shot Bob? Damn. Good to see you back in the man cave.
Yes, good to be back.
Good to be back in the man.
Good to be back.
It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. That is Vito and Brandon Harper coming in hot. My name is Rob Jenners. That's seven-time NBA champion Robert Ory. And it never ceases to amaze me. No matter what level any of us fall at, professional ball player or us, everyone's got stuff in life that just hits you, man. Just steamrolls you at the craziest times. Harp's got family in town, and he came in like like he'd been robbed.
I will have family in town. So between helping my mama with stuff, getting rooms together, and me dealing with insurance stuff and insurance companies, I've been on hold with you for 15, 20 minutes. Now I come into work. Now you got a solution for me. You want to call me back. What was the other 15 to 20 minutes that I was on hold? Why you ain't had an answer then? Go to voicemail. Talk to me later.
That's funny. We were just talking about insurance before you came on.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has insurance issues.
Just ridiculous, boy. I hate insurance companies. I don't hate a lot of stuff, but I hate insurance companies.
They'll make you hate them.
Yeah, they'll take your money, but sometimes it's hard to get it back. I would say this, the one insurance company Candace has been dealing with because of the fire at her house, they've been great. They give her a check when she needs it. They've been on it. So, you get that one. It's all about who you connect with, because some of those people in the insurance company, they act like it's their company and it's their money. Oh, no, we can't do that. What do you mean we can't do this? It clearly states in my contract that you're supposed to cover A, B, C, and D. And so those are the people I don't like getting when they like, oh, no, you can't do that. No.
Yeah, all the time. But that's all the time with all insurance companies. I was asking Rob about it because I feel like probably year and a half, my car insurance will just skyrocket for no reason. Like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't get in an accident. I didn't get a ticket. And I look at my renewal and it's like, $100 a month more expensive. What the hell? I didn't even do nothing. So then you got to go through the hassle of calling 15 other companies and just shopping it and just deal. All right, what can you do? What can you do? And then we switch insurance, and then we're on that insurance for like a year and a half, and then it skyrockets again out of nowhere. And it's like it's just a twisted cycle, man. I hate it.
It's a funny story. I'm so mad at myself because I've always paid for my mom's insurance. It's always been on my insurance, and so Candace she just said, you know what, just ask around. So I asked my mom, see how much it is to go on your husband's insurance, and she's like, okay. So she goes on my husband's insurance. It was literally $25 more for her to go on his insurance. You know how much money I saved by getting her off my insurance? $10,000. I'm like, God damn, if I did this a couple of months ago, I'm like, God damn.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. So because I dropped my insurance company, moved my mom to her husband's, and I moved over to Candace's, and that took me off it, my son off it. It just saved me a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Sound like a commercial now.
And saved me a bunch of money.
All about saving money, man.
Yeah, but you're right. We're all dealing with insurance stuff, which is hysterical because it's like all levels. No matter who you are, you still got to deal with insurance companies. So let me ask you a question, because this has been all over the place this week, and I don't really know how I feel about the position here. I kind of get it. Paul George had his dad on Podcast P, on his podcast. And they were talking, of course, raising him, all this. It's actually a really good listen. I listened to the whole thing. It's real good. But this came up when the topic of the Clippers was mentioned with Paul George. Here's Paul George Sr.
I feel like they stabbed us in the back, because I thought Paul did a whole lot for the team. As far as in the fan base, the fans was there. He was there. I think he gave them 110%. And what he was asking, it wasn't a whole lot,
Right.
but they seen something different now. But I didn't want him just to take anything, so his whole thing, he does stand up for what he believes in. And so he felt that was a bunch of bull that they came at him with. And I wasn't going to sugarcoat it either. I'm like, yeah, I'm behind you 100%. You got to leave, we're going to leave.
Yep.
All right. So that was Paul George Sr.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the Clippers stabbed Paul George in the back?
I never feel like an organization stabs a player in the back. I think it's only been like one player ever that feel like been stabbed in the back, and they took it out. That was Derek Jeter when he was trying to get a new contract with the Yankees. Because at the end of the day, you're still making millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. I know and don't get me wrong now. I know Paul George is from LA. He's done a lot for the Clippers organization, but number one, he hasn't won a championship. And that's no slight to Paul, because I love Paul. But when these people get their feelings involved in sports, you got to take your feelings out of it, because at the end of the day, this is business. Don't get me wrong. They should have paid him. They fucked up. The Clippers fucked up royally by not signing him back. But still, though, it's the nature of the beast. It happened to Klay Thompson. It happened to Shaq. It's going to happen to many more players. That's just how it is, because it's business. And at the end of the day, it all boils down to, like Rudy Gobert likes to do, the mighty dollar.
Yeah, but even with the guys that you named, well, I guess it depends on the period in time you're talking about with Shaq. But even with Klay, and I know Paul has had his injuries, but Paul's game has not declined. Klay's game declined. Like, his injuries caused his game to take a plummet from what we saw in the latter parts with Golden State. Well, Paul, his game ain't declined. And honestly, there are moments in time where, we make excuses for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is there. Like, he's on the floor playing. And we know that they both missed a lot of games. But I think when you move into a new building, you want to have your stars there. Now, you still got Kawhi, but each and every year we pencil in Kawhi to miss 30 games. So you got your star, but you don't have your star. I just think they could have done whatever they possibly could. He wanted the money that they paid Kawhi. They could have done it. And look, I get it from a business standpoint. Steve Ballmer only wanted to go to a certain degree. But you're moving into a new building with arguably a worser team. Because even though you do have Kawhi, you don't know if he's going to be there or how many games he's going to be there. So what are you putting on the floor? What product are you putting on the floor in your new building? So I don't know about stab in the back, but I think the Clippers have done themselves a disservice by allowing Paul George to walk out the door.
Agreed. Yeah. Here's my only reasoning for if you feel like you've been stabbed in the back. Somebody said to him, I'm going to make sure you get 4 years, $220. And then that never came to fruition. Then you put your eggs in that basket like, well, I'm going to stay in LA. I'm going to do everything I can to stay in LA. And then that offer is pulled out from underneath you. And you get offers back that are nothing like what you've been told. Now, I don't know if that happened, but that's the only way I can frame this as you got stabbed in the back. At one point, his dad said, we wasn't asking that much. You were asking for a 4-year max deal. You were asking for $200+ million to stay in LA. What do you mean you're not asking that much? It wasn't like you said, hey, we'll play for a bag of popcorn next season.
Much is relative.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like for me, it's like,
oh sure, I mean,
dog, what? Like, like Rob said, business is business, and it's not always going to break your way, and you have to be understanding of the fact that, like you said, B, did they screw up? Yeah, of course they did. Rob said it too. The Clippers screwed up. They should have done everything they could to keep him there, and they didn't. They didn't. Now it's not necessarily getting stabbed in the back. It's poor management by the Clippers, 100%. But unless they promised him something and then whipped it out from under him, I don't think that you can really classify that as getting stabbed.
Well, I think if from what I know, is like he had a contract on the line, but he said, I want exactly what Kawhi gets. He does exactly what Kawhi does. So, and they kept saying no, and they kept saying no, and then I think that is the issue. I also think about this. Sometimes when guys get ready to sign, they're like, "Oh, I got to sign now." You an elite player. You ain't got to sign right now, especially when you could have waited. I know the money probably would have dried up with Philly or whatever it was. You could have said, "Yo, Philly, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I don't get what I want with the Clippers, I'm coming to you." And I know nobody trusts anybody in this business because everybody lies. That's the nature of the beast. But I think if Paul George would have wanted, he could have figured out some of the Clippers. I know sometimes you get frustrated and you left. Like, think about it, he left really early in his situation. If you really wanted that deal done, you wanted to stay in the Clippers, fuck it. I'll wait. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why they feel the way that they feel. Like, I think the Clippers shot themselves in the foot by not making Paul George happy. And by
they
not
shot more than a pinky toe off.
Yeah, they did a lot. And the simple fact that he's from Southern California, so that's home. So that means something else to still be there. So it wasn't just about the money, but it was just about the fact that he was home. And he wanted to be there. And the fact that they didn't take care of him the way that he felt as though he should have been taken care of, okay, it is a business, like you said, and you got to make your decision. What Pop said was funny. He was like, well, if we got to go, we got to go. And I'm like, well, yeah, you going to go anywhere he go. Like,
Not like you're staying behind. You know what I mean?
Well, basically, you ain't got to go. You can stay in L.A.
Yeah, I mean,
you ain't got to go nowhere. Yeah.
You going wherever he go. I mean, he going to play overseas. Guess where you going? Overseas. Like, so it was funny. It was like, yeah, well, I guess if you got to go, you got to go. Yeah. You following the money.
After that, when he said, "Oh, we even thought about being assholes and going to the Clippers," I mean to the Lakers. I'm like,
yeah,
you weren't going. You done wasted. You talking about you missed out on some money. You missed on a lot of money.
All right, boys, warm up your apps. Check your DraftKings. Make sure you can log in. I haven't logged into mine. I haven't played DraftKings since last football season. So I logged into mine today just to make sure it's still working. How much balance do I have? A nickel. I still have a nickel in that joker. A nickel. I'm gonna make it count. Damn it. But no, we're gonna fire up DraftKings this weekend. I'm gonna send all of you. And by the way, anybody that wants to get in on this, just reach out to the show at Big Shot Bob Pod. Big Shot Bob Pod at Gmail. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever the hell it's called. And let us know if you want in on the game. I'm going to send the both of you an invite. And we're going to have a three-way. We're going to have a three-way. We're going to have a little NFL competition this weekend on DraftKings.
I would have just rather dealt with the NFL competition.
All right, fine. Then we'll just call it NFL competition. Cool. We'll keep it boring. That's fine.
So it's when you play golf, they say a threesome, or foursome. So
yeah, but that works in golf. That don't work here.
All right, fine. Good Lord. All right, so we're gonna have we'll have a little competition between the three of us for bragging rights here. But thank you to our friends at DraftKings. Very happy to have them as a part of the show. Been working with DraftKings for years. Been playing that every year. Me and my wife have a little NFL competition, and she whoops my ass every year. So I'm anxious to see how you guys do here. But you got to check out the DraftKings. There's a new thing going on with DraftKings called Pick Six. It's the newest way to compete against others and play fantasy football to win cash. With our friends at DraftKings, you just pick a player, and you choose if they're going to have more or less of a stat. So like yards, touchdowns, catches, whatever it is. All you have to do is either bet the over or bet the under, and if you get your picks right, you win cash.
Yeah, season one is always fun when you're playing fantasy, but download the new DraftKings Pick Six app now. I just did it. Well, I did it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we had it.
Use your code Big Shot Bob. That's the code Big Shot Bob for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick Six credits, guaranteed. I mean, guaranteed.
So that's what I need to do. I need to take my nickel and up it to $5 because then I get $50 matched if I use it.
Yeah, plus 1 month of NFL premium on us. It expires on 9/19 though, but you better do it now. Okay. So I recommend you do it now.
Okay. That's the DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. One per new customer. Reward issue is $50 in non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 6 months. NFL Plus premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Speaking of fantasy football, we all did our draft. Just, we only put like $25 in. Why did I get a grade of a C for my team?
What would you draft?
What's your team? Look, that grades don't mean nothing.
I know the grades don't mean anything, but
Who's
like
your
last year I had.
This is not going to go well. You don't sound confident.
I don't sound confident this year. Last year I thought I had a pretty good team, but I got the same quarterback. I got Tua. I had Tua.
Okay.
Tua puts up some numbers, so I like Tua.
First off, before you continue, how many people in your league and what pick did you have?
I had an 8th pick, and there was only 8 people in our league.
The last pick of the first round.
Well, 8 people, you should still be able to get some good players. Y'all ain't got most leagues are 10 or 12.
Yeah, we only do 8. We can do 10, but I like it with 8 because that makes the team stack, and so it looks like you're doing something. But I got my running backs are Gibbs, Swift.
Okay.
Receivers are Cup, Jefferson, Kittle, Waddle. My defense is the Jets. I got to deal with Q, Alabama. My kicker is Bates, and then coming off my bench, I got Minnesota's Addison, Chicago's Allen. I don't know how long. I don't even know if Marquise Brown is going to play. He's out for
Hollywood. He's out game 1.
Yeah. Then I got Connor, running back for Arizona. Then I got I got Richardson, quarterback, Indiana.
Oh wow.
And I got Watson, receiver. He's going to be good. I guarantee he's going to be good.
Okay.
So
Green Bay.
Are you talking about Christian Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he stays healthy, his hamstring be messing with him every year.
Yeah.
All right. You love.
I like your receiving core, though.
Yeah,
I love Tua, man. Come on now.
I like your receiving core.
Yeah.
What position went the quickest in the first round?
Quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, it's always quarterbacks.
No, it's not either.
Oh no, I know. Sometimes it's running backs.
It used to be running backs.
Because
now
those are workhorses for fantasy.
Now it depends on what kind of league you're in, but usually nowadays it's probably receivers.
Yeah, and it's so weird because Candace and her friend Demina are the only 2 females in the league, right? And they both took quarterbacks first. So Candace took Allen and Lamar first, and Demina, she took Holmes and someone else first. So like 4 of the top quarterbacks are going off the board right now. So usually don't draft a quarterback to like the 3rd or 4th round. They drafted the 1st and 2nd round, so they were gone.
Yeah,
but they receivers suck.
See, now the opposite depends upon what the league you're in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes receiver can shoot you in the foot. You know what I mean? Like you pull a receiver in that and he only gets 3-4 targets a game, maybe 4 catches, 3 catches for 60 yards, and that doesn't do a damn thing for you. It doesn't get in the end zone.
Yeah,
you get no
that's true.
points.
I remember the first time I played fantasy football with some friends. It's Sammy. Sammy used to own his restaurant, and I played football, right? And they was like, "You don't know nothing football." Playing fantasy football. My first pick was Peyton Manning, and they're like, "Oh, you big Peyton Manning!" Next year, Peyton Manning was averaging like 35 points a game. And I'm like, "Who's the dummy now?"
Yeah, exactly. So throwing you 100 points every game, just
yeah. So you never know.
The only justifiable quarterback in my eyes to take in the first round, regardless of what type of draft you're in, is Pat Mahomes. Justifiable. Well, because he's the best quarterback in the league, and Pat Mahomes is surefire.
Well, here's the thing too with Pat Mahomes. Kansas City the last couple years has not been playing with a lead a lot. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times they're playing catch up, and when they're playing catch up, Mahomes is slinging that thing all over the field.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about them. I always figure like, okay, running quarterback. You think of Lamar, he's going to throw that bitch and he's going to run that bitch. But now, with the best running back out of Alabama, they got him back in the backfield. I don't know if he's going to be running that much. So that's why I was like, I don't want Lamar this year. So Derrick Henry going to be running that rock for him, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm in a dynasty league where we started over this year. We redrafted. And a dynasty league is the league that you keep that same team every year. So you can trade, drop players. So what we did was we had 2 drafts. We had a veteran draft, so everybody that's second year and later. And then we did a rookie draft. It took us, and this was earlier, this a couple of weeks ago. Man, we were there all day.
Yeah.
And we're in a quarterback premium league where we don't have any defenses or kickers. We took those away to add more players, and you can play 2 quarterbacks at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So quarterbacks kind of went quick.
Yeah, I would say.
In our draft. So I ended up with Lamar Jackson and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Anthony Richardson, man. I just think he reminds me of Michael Vick, where he can sling that bitch and run it. Yeah.
All right, well, we got more college football to talk about in a little bit here, but a couple NBA stories. This is literally just breaking this morning. The Philadelphia 76ers are seriously considering relocating to New Jersey. Here's the quote. "We've worked tirelessly for the past 5 years to build an arena in Philadelphia, and negotiations remain ongoing with city leadership regarding our proposal at Market East. The reality is we're running out of time to reach an agreement that will allow the 76ers to open our new home in time for the 2031-32 NBA season. As a result, we must take all potential options seriously, including this one."
And they're gonna move where?
New
Jersey.
Isn't that where the Nets just left?
The Nets bailed on New Jersey after 20-some years because they weren't getting any damn support in New Jersey. I mean, you could stroll into a Nets game when they were the New Jersey Nets.
You think they're doing this because they think, okay, Philly's good, our Nets suck, so let's just bring in a good team?
Well, I can't. I said this when it came up the first time. I have a very hard time seeing any scenario where the 76ers actually leave Philadelphia. This feels like a negotiation tactic.
Yeah.
This feels like I'm going to try and step on the city a little bit by going, oh, yeah, no, we'll go to New Jersey. Look, I'm from New Jersey. Nobody wants to fucking go to New Jersey. I was born and raised in the state of New Jersey. No one wants to go to New Jersey. You want to stay in Philly. You want to be, and it's tradition. I mean, it's not like the A's moving to freaking Vegas. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, fine. But this is the Philadelphia 76ers. This is NBA legacy. You can't move that team.
Yeah. How long has it been there? Was ABA first? And
yeah. I mean, as long as they've had the
city of
Sixers.
brotherly love.
I mean, goodness. Have they played in another city? I don't know.
Yeah, this feels like I don't know. That's one of those franchises that's hard to see in another city, even if that city is kind of like down the street.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if the Sixers aren't gonna get what they want from the city of Philadelphia,
this is all negotiated.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. If I'm not getting what I want in my negotiation, then what's my next option?
Well, you get stabbed in the back like Paul George and you leave.
All right, then. So even though it's a negotiation tactic, there's still a chance I can leave if I don't get what I want in my negotiation. So do I think right now they're going to leave? No. But
could they?
Absolutely. I think they could. The city, Philadelphians will burn that city down if the Sixers leave.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I don't even want to be around.
Unless the Phillies or the Eagles win, they're like, forget the Sixers.
And they're like, it's fine.
It's just Dr. J.
That's fine. The Eagles get another Super Bowl. That's all they care about.
Nah, they'll still fill away.
Yeah, no, they will. It's hard for me to envision that ever happening. Steph Curry got his extension 1 year, $62.6 million.
So I think he's under contract for 3 years.
3 more years. He's owed just shy of $178 million for those 3 seasons.
Congratulations. Clap it up
Good for him, dude. That contract lines up with Draymond's, by the way.
Why you only? It must be some strategy behind that 1 year deal.
What do you mean?
Because it's just 1 year, just next things for 1 year. Is that the new TV deal kicks in or something? Or he just gonna be old by then in basketball?
Probably
sense?
both. Mm-hmm. I mean, definitely be older by then. He's how old now? 34?
I believe he's 35.
35?
I think he's 35.
So by that time you be 38?
38? Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be a possibility of both.
He's 36.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
So a 3-year deal, he's going to be in LeBron territory, man.
Yeah, he done.
He's going to be encroaching in on 40.
Yeah, that 1 year, 60-something million is a thank you. Thank you for
yes,
everything.
it is, and it's a finish your career.
Yes.
If at 39 you decide you want to hang him, then you hang him and you walk, which I would imagine he would do unless he still feels like he's got the legs and he wants to play. It lines up with the end of Draymond Green's deal, which means effectively in 3 years
they both could walk away.
That's it. I would imagine that's it for what's left of the Warriors' legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a like you said, Harp. That's a thank you. Finish your career here. And yeah, that's all she wrote for Steph, I think.
It's like that Michael Jordan deal, right?
Well, it's like
that. He was only making $2 million. All of a sudden, you get that $130 million deal.
Yeah, but that was
And
Mike was
it's-
still
but-
playing well though.
Yeah, he was still playing well, but it was like a thank you for we fucked up.
Yeah,
Well, that was
that's an
yeah,
our
We
bad
we
deal.
was grossly underpaid for the last 5 years, so we're
That
gonna
was
make
our
it up for
bad.
you this 1 year.
but that was that's also kind of like the deal that Kobe got. It was like 2 year, $42 million. Everybody was like, "What the heck is this?" And it's like that's a thank you from the Lakers,
That's a finish your career, play 2
Yeah.
more years, and walk away. on
which
your
is
terms.
crazy.
Yeah.
At that
But you
time,
know-
2 year, $42 million was a lot. Like now, that's basic money.
Yeah, he just signed a 1 year, $62 million.
But you know what? For
One
me, it's like
season.
I think of people like Dirk and Tim when they could have did that too, but they said no, stretch it out over 5 years because I want people to come play with me and I want them to get paid too. So I really appreciate when guys do that. And but no, in this situation, it works out perfect for Steph because it's just a 1 year bam.
Take it. And then I'm anxious to see what the Warriors do over the next 3 years. Because realistically, they have to start putting a plan together for what this team looks like beyond Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and the old legacy of the Warriors.
And the funny part about that is like if you want to talk trade talks, you can't even trade for Steph now.
No, that's not even. Nobody's going to eat that. Nobody's going to eat a $63 million salary. Sorry, not for one season. For a 39-year-old. Not going to happen. Speaking of people getting paid, Shaq wants the WNBA players to get NBA-level contracts. I love Shaquille. This is a very much, I'm saying it because I'm in front of the cameras, and this is a good PR move for me to say that I think that women should get paid as much as men because he, as much as anybody on this planet, who was a part owner of the Kings group for a while, knows that the WNBA doesn't clear that kind of money. Like the NBA eats, I think it's like $10 million a season in losses to cover WNBA travel expenses and salaries and operations and all that other stuff. So the NBA already has to eat that money. Now, I love where the WNBA has gone over the last year. We've talked about it a lot more. It's been more in the forefront of basketball and the sports conversation. Can they eventually get there? Yeah, hopefully. But I don't think we're not there yet.
You know what I was thinking about this. It's like when you think about contracts in whatever sport it all depends on the revenue that they generate from TV and whatnot, right? The WNBA doesn't have they don't really have a carved out time. You think about it, you got the NBA who has a carved out time, NFL, think about you got baseball. They all have a carved out time. I know these are major sports, but even in NCAA, college football, you got in basketball, even college women's football. Basketball. They have carved out times. If they get a carved out time, meaning like we're gonna go from January to whatever month it may be. I'm just throwing it out there. Then you'd be like, okay, even though they say, okay, we're doing it now, but this time is like baseball time. People are really thinking about baseball now. They're getting ready into it. Football season started. Everybody's dialed into football. They don't really have a carved out time where they can have the spotlight. And it's going to be hard because these major sports take over their time. But I hope they get paid more because they deserve it, because their skill set is really incredible. And I think people appreciate it once you start watching, because before they didn't really talk about their skill set and what they can do on the court. But some of them, they be crossing up people, jamming people just like guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a process. It's going to be a long process. It comes down to how much money corporations are going to want to invest into the WNBA. It's like any business. Like the NBA got to where it is because corporations have invested millions and billions of dollars into the NBA, and now you see what you have before you now. But it took time. And it takes special players. Okay, we got some in the league now. You see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese make their run. That's when it started to explode. Guess what? Like I said, we can play them to Magic and Bird. Baby Jordan is on the way. Juju is on the way in a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And just imagine what the league is how much the league is gonna catapult when she enters the league. She's gonna be the number 1 overall pick. I don't care when she comes out. She's gonna be the number 1 overall pick. She's gonna break all the college records and everything. And she's gonna enter in the league, and it's gonna take another level, take another step.
Girls have to. I'm sorry,
4
young
years?
ladies, women. They have to do 3 years of college, right?
I think is it 3 or all 4? I think it's 3.
No, because I know some girls have gone hardship.
I think it's 3.
So, it's 3. So you got to make 1 more year for Juju?
Well, Juju was a freshman this past year, so she got
That's
2.
what I'm saying. We got to wait more year after this season. Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably leave. She probably going to come up. She probably be the first one to leave.
They have to have graduated from a 4-year college or be 4 years removed from high school.
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
That's the rule.
Hey, if you're going to have that for the women, you should have that for the men.
Well, I agree that the drafting policy should probably be consistent across. Like, if you're going to let, you're going to let LeBron walk in straight from a high school, or Kobe walk in straight from a high school.
It's different. It's different.
Why?
How?
Why?
Because one, it's a money thing with LeBron and because he was deemed the chosen one, and then there's a lot of money attached to LeBron. There's a ton of money that was attached to LeBron when he was in high school. So giving him the ability to go from high school straight to the NBA, I don't, because you don't have a lot of women who have that level of hype the way LeBron did going from one level to the next. So I think LeBron is a special case, and we saw he was a special case. So I just don't think it's the same.
So you saying that Juju's not a special case?
No, Juju is a special case, but it ain't a whole lot of women out there like Juju.
But my point is why can't Juju go hardship and LeBron did?
I don't know.
It should be. So my whole point is it should be the same across the board, because the number one argument when it comes to men is like, oh, you deny them a chance to have a living and make money. That's the whole point that you made. I'm like, no, you denying women too. They don't. It's like you go to college, number one, to get an education. That education will lead you to a great ass job. Mm-hmm. And if you can play a sport, that's one of the best fucking jobs you can get. Because it pays better than a regular salary. So they're denying. I'm not saying she's coming. They're denying her. So my point is, if you're gonna do it across the board. Or I'm a big advocate for the motherfuckers putting it in the NBA, because a lot of these dudes come out, they ain't ready. I ain't somebody like physically, mentally, they're not ready. And that's the most important part, because in college, you learn how to become a man. I'm talking about men in basketball now. You learn how to become a man. Nobody says that in football when they make them stay. But basketball is one sport. It's like, oh shit, he's talented. Throw his ass in the fire right now and let's learn on the fly.
Yeah, I guess.
I hear you. Mm-hmm. Angel Reese, speaking of women who put up numbers, man, she broke the record, single season rebound record, WNBA history. Saturday, she pulled down 19 more. She notched 418 total rebounds this season. She broke the record. Was held by Sylvia Fowles, who retired in 2022. And she did it rocking a Dennis Rodman jersey. Classic Detroit number 10, which I thought was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was. I laugh because, so many people are like, well, she's padding her stats. I'm like, nah, she just can't score that well around the basket. So if she misses, box her ass out. She ain't padding her stats. She's literally trying to score. She's just missing. And so that's what I don't understand about people like, oh, you padding the stats. Nobody said that big.
Yeah, it ain't like she's just over there throwing it up and down the off 3-4 times.
Yeah. Like doing the rebound drill.
Yeah. She's getting the putbacks, man. They count. They count. I'm gonna punt. I got some Kevin Garnett audio. We're gonna move it to shoot around because we're running a little bit long this week, and I want to get our game in because Walmart or Waffle House is back this week. So,
yes.
A lot of requests. You gotta do Walmart or Waffle House again. So it's back. We'll get to Kevin Garnett in the shoot around on Friday. College football. Holy crap! We talked a lot about football early in the show, but my goodness. I mean, my goodness. Who saw Florida State losing not to Tech, but then coming home to Doak and just laying a fat turd against Boston College. Lost 28-13 to to BC.
And this is your revenge season.
This is the revenge tour. The revenge tour lasted 2 games. It lasted 1 game. Because they were 0-1 going into BC, and then go. And then the story about the FSU fan who said online he's going to eat dog shit out of a red Solo cup if FSU loses to Boston College, and then deactivated all of his accounts and disappeared. And now the internet is hunting for him like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Well, we're going to find him. He's going to eat this dog shit. It is just brutal. Dude, it's brutal.
It's brutal. You know, I'm not going to jump on a person when he's down, but, you know.
No, it's just a wild story, man.
It's just funny, man. It's funny.
I've got all kinds of random college football audio. I don't know what you want to play. How about
what was the wildest thing you've seen? Did you see that interception? Not the catch by the USC guy, but the interception.
Yeah, I saw the interception. Yeah, I saw
that shit right there. I'm like, damn, he should just say, no, I'm out. I'm going to the draft after this. You see what I can do.
It was a nice catch, but let's slow down.
Yeah, that's my film. I'm going to play Brian Kelly. Did you hear Brian Kelly?
Yeah, I heard Brian
After
Kelly.
LSU lost, just hitting the table here.
Disappointing when those guys perform and you don't get a victory.
Hell yes. I mean, and that's what I said to the team. I said, we had some guys played their butts off tonight, and we're sitting here again. Talking about the same things.
Yeah, you are. It's going to go on and on and on and on and on and on.
He's so disingenuous. He's so fake. He's been fake ever since. He's so fake.
That hit on the counter, like, you okay. You need to take some acting classes.
Yeah, he said it, and then he went... And he said it again.
He's so fake. He is. Hey, he got fake written all over his forehead, bro. It don't make no sense how fake he is.
He's hard to root for, man. There's not a lot of college football fans that have any love for Brian Kelly. Yeah. Like none.
It started when he got the LSU job and wanted to put on a Louisiana accent.
They're trying to do Coach O.
Yeah, man. At that moment, I said, "Oh yeah, this ain't gonna work."
Okay. Can I play you audio from one of my favorite people from college football? Consistently, always.
Go ahead.
Mike Gundy.
Yes,
I love Mike Gundy.
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. I love Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy was asked about how they have to do all the helmet communication now in college football, so you can talk directly to your quarterback. Mike apparently was struggling with it. He didn't like it. A reporter asked him about it, and this just goes down a really weird path.
I can't. They won't let me hear it. If anybody's a good IT guy, we get the guy from Michigan down here and let him hook me up. Even though he didn't do it. What was that song in what was that song? You should know. Yeah, the song, it was kind of a partial rap in the shower. It called me, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
It wasn't me.
That's right, it wasn't me.
I just love Mike Gundy. He'll take it down the weirdest, strangest possible road.
He's one of the few, I think he's the only coach in college football that still has a mullet.
Did he cut it? I thought he cut it.
Did he cut it?
I don't know. I haven't seen him rocking the mullet.
Oh, okay.
He cut the mullet, yeah.
Well, he was still one of the only few who was rocking a mullet.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Well, he's got to be like 50 now.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
while ago.
55. I'm like 55. Mike Gundy, great dude. All right, let's do.
Rob, by the way, that you like the guy who got the interception. His name is Rob. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, all right, cool.
His name is Rob Carter.
What school was that again?
I think it was Utah State.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember
Utah
seeing the
State
clip,
playing.
but
Yeah.
not paying attention. All right, well, lots of college football. We'll see how we. Oh, and Dabo, okay.
I texted. He said rough start. He said, but we'll rebound. He could be okay. You think about it. That was a home game for Georgia, man. Y'all know it.
That's fine. I don't care about that.
But he's all right.
I know Dabo, your boy. But I'm we
Don't
working.
make me come through. Don't make me come through the screen, man. You can't say no bad about Dabo.
Look, you can come right here through the screen. I got a chair right here. You can sit right here. I don't know. Because let's be honest, his inability to adjust when it comes to transfer, just a lot of the shifts that college football is making, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And some of your other coaches, even Nick Saban adjusted. Even he
Yeah,
as soon retirement.
Exactly right. As soon as NIL hit, he adjusted his ass to college game day.
But I'm talking about even before the whole NIL thing took place, even with the transfer portal, he adjusted.
Well, he had to. But Saban's look, not to conspiracy theory it. Saban's been doing it for years, so there was no adjustment period for him. He was just like, I could pay these guys legally now? Dope. Okay.
What I mean, and that's not the only
transfers.
adjustment.
Yeah, he talking about the transfers, right?
Transfers because what's his name does not like to go into the transfer portal.
He has not started a transfer since the transfer portal started in 2018.
Yeah, it's like Bobby Boucher's mother. He looks at it like the devil. Mm-hmm. You know, the transfer portal is the devil.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get it.
What's that?
I don't either.
I don't. His refusal to work within the portal. I don't get it.
I get it.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah. You know, he wants to. He's like, it's all about developing the people who wants to come to his.
That's fine.
School.
Then go coach a high school.
Hey, but sometimes
go coach high school.
There's some disgruntled people out there. Just give them a chance to play for you. You know. And I know a lot of people jump for the money, but you might got a guy who just wants to jump because he got better and want to play for you, you know? And now look, hey, I can come play for you even though I was at, South Carolina State, Alabama State, whatever it may be. I want to come play for you now.
But that wasn't just a loss. Like I know the first half it was a defensive battle and it was close. Yeah. But
Kirby adjusted
and they blew you out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're one of two coaches that's left that's won a national title. You know, you and Kirby.
Yeah.
Though y'all two were on the same field, and just to see the gap in between coaching, players, it just didn't look good. It just didn't look. I know it's the first. It didn't matter if it was a Georgia home game. You ain't that far away. You had fans travel. Trust me, I saw downtown. I was there. It was plenty of Clemson fans there because a lot of them live here. So
just don't get left behind if you're Dabo. Don't let college football run away. You're too good. You're too good of a man. You're too good of a coach. You're too good of a recruiter. So don't let that go to waste because you refuse to get on board with what college football's doing. It's not like it's a matter of protest either. The whole sport's going to run away with you. You will get left behind.
You have to think about what Brad Bryant said once time in his locker room. When it comes to recruiting black athletes, like shit. Even though y'all might not like it, but that's the way it's going. So we got to join the way if we want to be competitive and win. We got to add some black athletes. And next thing you know, he added some black athletes and they start winning again.
Yeah, I mean it's
the way of the world, man.
Mm-hmm. Better get with it. Get with it. You either get with it or get lost.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. So when I would say let's have Dabo on again, but I mean he's going to be up to his ears in it. I think for the next 3 months. So maybe after
the season.
No,
after Clemson's eliminated from ACC contention, we can have him on.
But you can go get Saban, Rob. He ain't doing nothing.
I don't know Saban like that.
Oh, well, you go through with the people. I don't know what your relationship. Well, you still working on your relationship with people in Alabama.
But
you can got some people that you could go through possibly to make that happen.
We'll see. We'll reach out to people.
See what we do.
All right, let's do quickly Big Shot of the Week, and then we're going to give it to Walmart or Waffle House. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to a gentleman named Reagan Veros. Here's why. His sister Brooke was getting married. She needed to come up with a wedding dress. She wanted to really get something big, but she didn't have any money. Well, guess what? Her brother is a couture fashion designer. So he sat down, said he's going to pick out your dream dress, and I'm going to make it from scratch. Dude spent 120 hours making her wedding dress from scratch. It would have cost about $20,000 if they were to go out and try and buy it. And this dude did it for her from scratch. That's freaking awesome. So Big Shot of the Week. And my question is, Rob, what's the last thing you DIY'd? Is there anything you ever do it yourself around the house?
Shit, cook. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Hey, let me just say
able
this,
to
man.
Fix a light switch if the power goes out or something.
I'm about to say something that's gonna sound real bougie. When you get money, you got somebody else to do that shit for you. Fuck that.
Good
I'm like,
for you.
Hey, I'm like, yard. Fuck them on the yard. Let me hire somebody.
Are you kidding? I will break my ass in the yard for like 5 hours.
Fuck that. It's hot.
Wishing I had the money to hire somebody. Yeah, no, for All right.
Hey,
All
I
right.
barely want to wash dishes around this motherfucker. Like, hey, I said, if I ever get fuck you money, the first thing I'm doing, I'm hiring a chef and a driver. I don't care about nothing else because I don't want to do none of that.
All right. Well, Harp can drive and I can cook, so I'm just saying. Just saying. You got people to hire. All right. Here we go. You know the game well. I give you a batshit crazy story. You just have to tell me, did it happen at a Walmart? Or did it happen at a Waffle House? Let's get Rob's Southern roots out. All this Alabama talk. And let's start,
Hell yeah.
And let's start with this one. We had an unfortunate run-in at this location where a group of rowdy young men who'd been kicked out of a local nightclub the night before for starting a fight with the bouncer. Well, they just happened to run into that bouncer when they were out at this place, and the bouncer decided he was going to finish the job. So he turned on the four of them and beat the living you-know-what out of them until the cops were called and the fight was broken up. So, did the four young men kicked out of a nightclub the night before run into the bouncer the next day at a Walmart or a Waffle House?
I'm going Waffle House because they need those eggs to soak up their alcohol.
I'm gonna go Waffle House.
And that's a point for both of you. Yeah, that's a Waffle House story if I ever heard one, man. Drunken people running into a bouncer. Yeah, that's always going to happen in a Waffle House.
How you gonna get your ass whooped? One dude whooped four of you guys. You need to get to the gym.
Yeah, exactly right. Four of them. Took them out. All right, number 2. Employees at this location reached out to police to see if they could have a woman kicked out because they were under the assumption that she was a hooker. Rather, it was just a local woman who was dressed extremely provocatively. When they asked her to leave, her boyfriend started a fist fight with the manager for calling his girlfriend a hooker. And then the cops showed up to break up the fight. So, did this happen at a Walmart or a Waffle House?
B.
I ain't never seen nobody dressed as a hooker be kicked out of no Waffle House. I think they come as you are. So I'm going to go Walmart.
I'm going Walmart too. Same reasons.
Because you got kids there.
Once again.
What?
No, no, you're both wrong. That's a Waffle House.
What Waffle House kicks out anybody that look like a hooker?
Apparently this one.
That's ridiculous.
Apparently this
She
one.
just probably, well, I was saying she getting off work, but.
Well, no, she's not, though. She was just dressed provocatively.
Oh.
She wasn't really a hooker. That's why the guy started the fight with the manager.
That's crazy still.
We need your sex worker girlfriend to leave. Excuse me? All right, story number 3. Police rolled up on this location after getting a tip that a wanted suspect was inside. So the cops charged in, cornered the man, a huge fight ensued that ended with the suspect catching a face plant into the floor in front of everybody before being dragged out and arrested.
And that's a Walmart.
Happened at a Walmart or it happened at a Waffle House?
I said Walmart too.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying Walmart, everybody gets a point. Yeah, that's a Walmart story. Wanted suspect inside. Beat the shit out. Number 4. A man starts a conversation with an employee at this location about how big his penis is. Just casual talk, I guess. Try to make some small talk, make a few friends, and even though she was visibly uncomfortable, he followed up with a question. You want to see it? She obviously went to her bosses, and the cops were called. The man was arrested. So, casual conversation. By the way, did you know I have a Humongous Johnson? Happened at a Walmart or a Waffle House?
Waffle House. I can see him probably drunk, sitting there eating his eggs.
Walmart.
Oh.
Just to be different.
Harp goes against the grain. Harp gets a point. That's a Walmart story. Yeah. That's
There's probably, I'm not saying they wouldn't call the cops at a Waffle House, but I'm pretty sure somebody has talked about their penis a lot at Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning.
so your argument here is it's not that unusual at a Waffle House.
At a Walmart, I can see you
Lots
just
of sausage jokes. Yeah,
Walmart, I can see that being.
Yeah, Walmart, maybe call the cops on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good call. Good. Listen to the clues, John. Story number 5. If I told you an employee was rude to a customer, that would probably be no surprise for this game. Except for the fact that this employee who proceeded to get into a verbal fight with a woman and her boyfriend for being, quote, annoying. The fight then moved to the parking lot. This was a female employee, by the way, who beat the man's ass until the cops arrived. When the cops showed up, she proceeded to lecture the woman about how she could do better. So, woman drags a man out of this location and whoops his ass in the parking lot of a Walmart or a Waffle House.
Waffle House.
This is a black crime, white crime. There's to be a black person. That's definitely at a Waffle House.
And you are both 100% correct. That is a Waffle House story if I ever heard one. You can do better, sweetie. I'm going to show you. Watch me go beat your man's ass out.
Hey, that's a black crime.
I said nothing of the sort, and I just said it happened at a Waffle House. You know that's right. All right, story number 6. It's not unusual to see a woman stroll in a baby stroller at either location. It is unusual, though, when she just bounces and leaves the stroller behind. Employees indeed found a baby inside the stroller, called the cops. The woman returned 2 hours later, wondering where is her baby. Confused about what she did wrong, she said, quote, "I was coming back." The fuck? You just give my kid away? I was going to be back in like an hour or two. So apparently this woman thinks there's free babysitting at either a Walmart or a Waffle House.
At Walmart.
Man, you both are on your game today. That is a Walmart story. Strolled in, left the kid behind. I was coming back. What the hell are you guys doing? All right, story number 7, 2 to go. Finally, how would you like to have your visit to either of these places interrupted by a SWAT team? Yes, a SWAT team surrounded this location after a report that hundreds of guns had been stolen from a neighboring pawn shop. SWAT locked the entire place down. It was resolved within 15 minutes or so, and everyone was let go. But nothing better than just chilling at either a Walmart or a Waffle House and getting locked down by the SWAT team. What do you guys think?
Depends on what a Walmart is and what size Walmart. That's a big-ass lockdown. So I got to go with Waffle House.
All right.
Waffle House.
Both on it today. That is a Waffle House. Yeah, Waffle House gets locked down because the pawn shop next door had a bunch of guns stolen from it. All right, here we go. Last one. Let's see how you guys close it out. Customers can be annoying at either location. We've already talked about this, but this one really started to get under this employee's skin. So the employee decided to get a little nasty and asked the customer to see her green card. The customer then decided, I'm going to start a fight. The cops were called, but the victim bugged out because they did not have a green card. So, let me see your green card. Don't you say that to me. I'm getting out of here because I don't have a green card. Happens at a Walmart or a Waffle House.
I'm gonna say a Walmart, because anybody give a shit at Waffle House. They just, man, eat your food and get the fuck out. So I'm going Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, why would... I'm going to say Walmart. I'm going to say why either in any of these situations would you be asking for somebody's green card?
Apparently the customer was annoying the employee, according to the story.
Okay, I go Walmart.
Both right again. Yeah, that's a Walmart story.
Yeah.
I guess they don't really give a half a shit at the Waffle House. I mean, I don't know why they would at the Walmart either, but the Waffle House, they don't care, man. Yeah, they're like scattered, smothered, covered, bounce. Get out.